Hello friends, in this video let me explain what is linear dependence and independence of vectors. Here I am going to explain how to find one set of vectors as linearly independent vectors or linearly dependent vectors. And I am also explain some shortcuts and tricks to check the linearly independent vectors and dependent also. In 2021 year GATE syllabus, the only one department, electronics and communications department, only has the subtopic linearly dependent and independent subtopic. The only one department has this topic, that is electronics and communication engineering department. For the past 5 years, not a single question has been asked directly from this concept. But linear dependence and independence concept is very useful when you are solving the question related to the concept vector space and basis and span, etc. So you have to know linearly dependence and independence concept, then only you can understand and answer the question related to the concept vector space and basis. A lot of years ECE question has the question from this topic vector space and basis topic. So linear dependence and independent concept are also very important concept for ECE department. Next, I tell what is the weightage of this topic. Totally, linear algebra has 3 to 2 marks. In particularly, the weightage of this topic is 10 to 15 percentage to 10 to 15 percentage chances to get a question from this topic. Both of these, because these two topics are related to each other. So both of these has 10 to 15 percentage of chances to get a question from these two topics. This is the weightage. This topic is only belongs to ECE department. So this video is useful for only ECE students. Now let's move on to the concept. Concept is, first I explain what is vectors. What is vectors? Generally in science, vector is a quantity that has magnitude and direction. Suppose you can have two-dimensional vectors which is in the plane and three-dimensional vectors which is in the space. In the plane, a vector is described by pair of numbers x coordinate and y coordinate. In the plane, the vector is described by pair of numbers x coordinate and y coordinate. The tail of the vector is origin. This is the vector. The tail of the vector is origin and head of the vector is given coordinate x comma y. Given coordinate x comma y. Similarly, in the space, a vector is described by three tuples of numbers x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinates. The tail of the vector is origin and the head of the vector is given coordinate x, y, z. This is the vector definitions in science. By mathematically, I define what is vector. A set of n numbers x1, x2, etc. xn written in a particular order or an ordered set of n numbers is called an n-dimensional vector or a vector of order n. A set of n numbers x1, x2, etc. xn written in a particular order is called a n-dimensional vector or vector of order n. The n numbers are called the components or elements of the vector. A vector is denoted by a single letter x, y, any letter. The components of a vector may be written in row as, that is x equal to x1, x2, etc. xn in this form, or in column as x equal to x1, x2, etc. xn. This is called row vector. This is called column vector. This row vector is order n, row vector of order n. That is, this is a 1 by n vector. And the column vector is order n. That is n by 1 matrix. This is the definition of vectors. Next, I explain addition of two vectors. The sum of two vectors of the same dimension is obtained by adding the corresponding components. I write here. Suppose one vector, I take one vector is x, that is x1, x2, etc. I write the row vector form, and y equal to y1, y2, etc. yn. Then x plus y equal to sum of adding each components respectively. x1 plus y1, comma, x2 plus y2, comma, etc. xn plus yn. This is the sum of two vectors, addition of two vectors, similarly addition of 3, 4, etc. vectors. Next I am going to explain scalar multiplication of a vector. If k is a scalar and x equal to x1, x2, etc. xn is a vector, then the scalar multiple kx is defined as kx equal to kx1, kx2, etc. kxn. Multiplying each element or component by x, k, then we can get k capital X. K is a scalar, x is a vector, then you can get kx equal to multiplying each components by k, scalar k, then only you can get kx. Next, I am going to explain linear combination of vectors. What is linear combination of vectors? If a vector x, capital X, can be expressed as x equal to k1 x1, k2 x2, kr plus etc. kr xr, then x is said to be a linear combination of the vectors x1, x2, etc. xr. This is the definition of linear combination of vectors. Next, I'm going to explain what is linear dependence and linear independence of vectors. This is very important definition. Linear dependence and linear independence of vectors. The vectors capital X1, X2, etc. XR. These are vectors, okay, not a components. Vectors capital X1, capital X2, etc. XR are said to be linearly dependent if we can find scalars k1, k2, etc. kr which are not all zero. That means at least one of the case is not zero. Such that k1 x1 plus k2 x2, these are vectors. x1 x2 xr are vectors, k1 k2 kr are scalars. k1 x1 plus k2 x2 plus etc. kr xr equal to 0. This is the definition of linearly dependent. A set of vectors is said to be linearly independent if it is not linearly independent. Okay, it is not linearly dependent, then it is called linearly independent. That means the vectors x1, x2, etc. xr are linearly independent if the relation k1 x1, k1 x2 plus kr xr equal to 0 is satisfied only when all the k's are 0. k1, k2, etc. kr equal to 0. All the k's are 0. This is the definition of linear dependence and linear independence of vectors. Suppose when the vectors x1, x2, xr are linearly dependent, then k1 x1 plus k2 x2 plus etc. kr xr equal to 0 where at least one of the k's is not 0. This is the definition of linearly dependent vectors. That here I let km is not equal to 0, km is not equal to 0, then m is less than r, then xm equal to minus k1 by km x1 minus k2 by km x2 minus etc. minus kr by km xr. So, at least one of the given vectors can be expressed as a linear combination of the others. This is one important note. At least one of the given vectors x1, x2, xr, one of the given vectors can be expressed as a linear combination of others. This is the one important notes. Next, I am going to explain methods of testing linear dependence or independence of a set of vectors. Methods of testing linear dependence and independence. First method is using the definition directly. This is the one method. Then method 2 is we write the given vectors as row vectors and form a matrix. We reduce it to echelon form. What is the echelon form? That is the only in which all the elements in the orth column below the orth element are 0. This is called the echelon form. If the number of non-zero row vectors in the echelon form equals the number of given vectors, then the vectors are linearly independent. Finally, you got number of non-zero row vectors in the echelon form equals the number of given vectors, then the vectors are linearly independent. Otherwise, they are linearly dependent. Number of non-zero rows is equal to number of given vectors, then it is linearly independent, otherwise linearly dependent. The method 3 is if there are n vectors each of dimension n, then the matrix will be a n by n matrix, square matrix of order n. This is n by n matrix, the square matrix of order when there are n vectors and each dimension of n. Then only you can get the matrix will be a square matrix. If the rank of the matrix equals n, then the vectors are linearly independent. Rank equal to n, then the vectors are linearly independent. Otherwise, they are linearly dependent. Rank equal to n means determinant A not equal to 0, then only you can get rank of A equal to n. So, determinant the matrix, determinant I give the name of matrix is A. Okay. Determinant A not equal to 0 gives the vectors are linearly independent. Suppose determinant A equal to 0, then the vectors are linearly dependent. This is the meaning of this word. If the rank of the matrix equals n, then the vectors are linearly independent. That means determinant A not equal to 0, then only you can get the rank of the matrix equal to n, then the vectors are linearly independent. Otherwise, they are linearly dependent means determinant A equal to 0, it gives linearly dependent. This is the methods of testing linear dependence or linear independence of setup. Next, I give only one example for checking linearly dependent and independent. That is, here three vectors are given, x1 equal to 1, 1, 2, x2 equal to 1, 2, 5 and x3 equal to 5, 3, 4. Three vectors are given. Here I am going to check these two vectors are linearly independent or linearly dependent. How to check? First writing x1, x2, x3 as row vectors. Then you got one matrix, that is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5 and 5, 3, 4. First step is writing x1, x2, x3 as row vectors. Then you can we get one matrix, that is 3 by 3 matrix. And second step is reduce to matrix, reduce to row echelon form. That is, first element is 1, so I write the first row is same. Second, I apply R2 gives R2 minus R1, 1 minus 1 0, 2 minus 1 1 and 2 5 minus 2 3. R3 gives R3 minus 5 R1, then we can get 0 and minus 2 minus 6. Here I make these two elements into 0. This is I convert this two element into 0. This is the second step. Next I convert this element into 0 because this element is 1. So second row same, first row same and third row becomes R3 gives R3 plus 2R2, R3 plus 2R2, then 0, 0, 0. Finally, I got the number of non-zero row in row echelon form is equal to 0. Number of non-zero rows equal to, 0, 2. Number of non-zero rows equal to 2. But the given vectors are, number of vectors are 3. This is not equal. Vectors, number of vectors are 3. So x1, x2, x3 are linearly dependent. Otherwise, it is linearly independent. Suppose the number of non-zero rows equal to 3, then x1, x2, x3 are linearly independent. This is the one way. Another one way is this is a square matrix. This is method 3. Okay. Another one way is this is a square matrix. So in this case, I find determinant of A. What is the determinant of A? 1 into 8 minus 15 minus 1 into 4 minus 25 and plus 2 into 3 minus 10. 8 minus 15 is minus 7. 4 minus 25 is plus 19 and 3 minus 10 is minus 7 minus 14. 14 minus 7 equal to here 21. Sorry, this is 21. So 21 minus 21 0. Finally, I got determinant A equal to 0. So x1, x2, x3 are linearly dependent. Suppose you get determinant A not equal to 0, then x1, x2, x3 are linearly independent. This is the procedure to check one set of vector is linearly independent or linearly dependent. You have to know this concept very well, then only you can answer the question related to the concept vector space and basis. This video is very useful for only ECE students because this topic belongs to only ECE students. Thank you. See you in the next video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel to encourage me. Thank you.